You're looking live at Jim Brown Field here on the campus of Hoover High School in Hoover, Alabama. It's time for Lady Bear softball here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. A.A. Moore here with you. Action Unlimited Productions bringing you the sights and sounds as we open this final SIAC home series for the Lady Bears, coming in at 19-21, 10-6 in conference play, comfortably in the SIAC tournament bracket, which will begin in a couple of weeks. We've got one more SIAC series next weekend at Tuskegee, but it's time to get started here. Well, let's get you to the starting lineups here for both teams. As you already see, Jasmine Brown, she is in the box ready to take on Delaney Gray. First pitch is up and away for ball one, and it's time to get it moving here. It's going to be Brown, Luster, and Stout, followed by Hunter, Lopez, and Koger, Hawkins, Jones, and Watkins, all against Delaney Gray of the Lady Bears. Swing and a miss. It's senior day here for the Lady Bears. They want to get it where more parents, more people can get here and celebrate our seniors. We have 4 of them, and we'll talk about them all here this afternoon. That pitch misses outside. Gray, the number 1 starter for the Lady Bears, has had a stellar season, 7-4 with a 3.26 ERA. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Gray has 75 strikeouts and 77 in the third innings pitched. Has at times been dominant. And Brown is out of there for out number 1. That'll bring up Sierra Luster. Luster comes in. She's hitting just 133 on the season, the first baseman for the Lady Dragons. Not been the greatest of seasons for this program as Gray pumps in strike 1. Head coach Patrick Barber has led Lane to a 6-20 overall record, 3-13 in conference play, as Luster is quickly in an 0-2 hole. Miles wants to stay hot. Has won 6 straight conference games. Gray rocks and fires, and that's out number 2. Two strikeouts to start, and it's going to be Annalise Stout to the plate for Lane. She's hitting 342. As Gray continues to dot the outside edge, she gets in front of Stout for strike 1. Another swing and a miss. Gray not wasting much time. As that pitch is fouled back. There's been some schedule changes, some changes to locations. We'll play one here today. Tomorrow, these two teams will pick up and complete the series. That ball lifted. Trinity Ocadeli pulls it in, and that will retire the side. Dragons go up and down in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Lane 0, Miles coming up.
opportunities.
Back here at Jim Brown Field, A.A. Moore, Action Unlimited Productions. No score as Miles gets ready to come to the plate. Here in the bottom of the first, Carlin Koger is going to do the pitching from the circle for Lane, and she will face this lineup from the Lady Bears. Leading off and playing in right field, Daisy Bejarano. Batting second, the center fielder, Andrea Harris. Gabriela Garcia will hit third place shortstop. Trinity Ocadeli is the cleanup hitter playing at first. Mia Vasquez hitting fifth and playing second. Jada Bradford doing the catching. She's hitting sixth. Delaney Gray is pitching and hitting seventh. Trinity Collier is batting eighth and playing third. And Tequila Smoot will bat ninth and play left field. And Bejarano has had an awesome 20-26 campaign, swinging a miss for strike one. As we get started here on the Lady Bears side of the ledger. Bejarano hitting .392 with a .958 OPS, home run 16 RBI. Count even here at 1-1. She has certainly been a table setter. She's a senior. This is her first and apparently only season going to be here for the Lady Bears, but has been a big part in why this program has rebounded here in 2026. Count now 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Fouls it back. She has, again, played a huge part in this rebound for the Lady Bears. One of several players brought in by head coach Patrick Pizon, assistant coach Katie Lambert. Change up. Good job laying off there by Bejarano. And it's going to fill the count at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch from Koger. Goes right back through the middle for a base hit. She has been stellar in center field, also a senior from Dothan, Alabama. You're going to change the defensive alignment here. Harris more than likely trying to lay it down. First pitch in the dirt, or at least in the turf for ball one. Harris hitting .315. She's driven in 9, has scored 29, one of the top run scorers in the SIAC. And that pitch is in for a strike. They've hit Harris at the top and the bottom of the order. Coach Pizon just expecting her to use her speed to cause havoc. She can lay it down. She can slap it as well. Bunts through for strike two. Bejarano, a bit of a threat to steal. She's 8 of 9 in stolen base attempts this season. The 1-2. Slap line drive, and it's going to turn into a double play. It's a good idea. Trying to slap it down the line. And it'll bring up the big stick, Gabriela Garcia. Gabby is going to be in contention for Player of the Year in this conference. Huge season. She's hitting 400 with an 1148 OPS. She's hit 6 bombs, is driven in 28. All of them best on this team. And a lot of those numbers in the top 10 in the SIAC. One and one is your count. Or 2-1 is your count, excuse me. Colger does not want to get it in her wheelhouse, and this time Garcia goes the other way for a 2-out single. Certainly great bat control by Garcia. It's going to bring up Ocadele. And make sure if you're Lane, you don't want to feed it into her wheelhouse. The batting average not where you necessarily want her. She's hitting 276, but an 893 OPS. Plenty of power. Changeup got her off balance a little bit, and she's going to foul out to Hawkins for out number 2, and it'll bring up Delaney Gray. Gray has certainly been very good in the circle as she sends this one out to left, and it's going to hit off the bottom of the gate. And it's just going to be a long single for Gray. She jumped right on that Colger pitch and hit it off the base of the fence for a 2-out single. Trinity Collier next up for the Lady Bears. Just 3 hits and 33 at-bats for today's starting third baseman. Colger misses inside again for ball 2. Already 3-0 here as they've missed 3 times down and in. Collier was taken all the way. Great, standing on first. 2 outs, the 3-1. Collier goes down the right field line, but it goes foul, and that will fill the count. There goes Gray, ball fouled. Colger has been able to drop that changeup in for strikes and having the Miles hitters out in front. That's kind of been her out pitch here this afternoon. But she goes to the fastball this time. Ball fumbled a little bit, now thrown away. Gray is going to get to third. Watkins just had trouble getting her hand around on the ball. And what should have been the third out of the inning has Miles in business with runners on the corners here now with 2 outs. That's the sign of a team that's struggling when you have easy plays and easy outs. She should have been, and Lane should have been out of the inning. Instead, Smoot. She shows bunt. Now it's runners at second and third. Gonna change the defensive alignment here again. Smoot, not a big hitter, but she can get the bat on the ball here. It could be 2 for the Lady Bears. Here have runners.
Communities where leaders are.
Swing and a miss. Amber Watkins, number 9 hitter in the lineup for Lane, and this one is fouled off. Bradford and Okadelli can't get to it. It'll fall foul, and that'll be strike 2. Watkins hitting just .079. She's got 3 hits and 38 at-bats, has driven in 3. When you've got those bingo batting averages, you know it's not going very well for you at the plate. When you're hitting .061 and .072. Change up and away as Gray misses there to even the count. Watkins files that back. And Gray will try it again. Here's the 2-2. On the outside edge, and Watkins. Another spectator. Strikeout number 6. Jasmine Brown. Comes to the plate. She struck out to start the ball game. Swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss. And I inadvertently had given Gray 6 strikeouts already, but that was certainly strikeout number 6. And it retires the side. Lane goes up and down in order. We go to the bottom of the third. There's still no score.
And legacies are born. The Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders, rise here. Leaders, rise here.
Leaders, rise here.
Leaders, rise here.
Bottom of the third, Lady Bears still looking to get into the scoring column here against Lane. No score. Miles, 4 hits. Lane with just 1. As they've had trouble even making contact. 6 strikeouts for Delaney Gray here through 3 innings. Top of the order for the Lady Bears. It's going to be a couple of lineup changes. For Lane, including a new pitcher into the ball game as Sarah Lopez is now in to pitch. Bejarano fouls the first pitch off. She singled to start the ball game. Misses upstairs, 2-1. The 2-1 hits Bejarano in the leg, and she's going to get to take first base. Harris lined into a double play in the first. Attempts to bunt. Swing through it for strike 1. Interesting alignment for Lane. They're basically playing with 2 outfielders, daring Harris to beat them in one of the gaps. That pitch misses upstairs. Jasmine Brown, the center fielder, is basically playing left center. And right through the hole for Harris. Doesn't work this time, and it's going to be first and second, nobody out. Now you've got Gabby Garcia. First pitch misses for a ball, and this is exactly where Lane doesn't want it to be. They are playing with 5 infielders. Swing and a miss. Each of the runners will move up. That's going to be a pass ball on the swing and miss. And that's going to get down. It's going to fall for a base hit. They're going to send Harris. 1 run to score. Harris is out at the plate. Garcia is going to take second. And the Lady Bears are on the board. Okadelli smokes one out to left. And it's going to go up and over the gate for a ground rule double. First pitch in for a strike. For Garcia, that was RBI number 29. For Okadelli, RBI number 24. Changeup misses, evens the count. Vasquez hits it back to the circle, and she's going to be retired after Lopez finally gets her hands around the ball and able to make the play. And Okadelli will advance to third. Jada Bradford comes to the plate with 2 outs. That changeup misses. Bradford 0 for 1. But now finds herself in a good count. Here ahead 2-0. Pitch misses inside for ball 3. Bradford, as she gets it through the hole. Good pick over at short. Fire to first. She's out. Wow. Looked like she might have been able to beat it. But she does not, and that will retire the side. Lady Bears get 2 runs on 3 hits. Leave 1 on. We've played 3. It's Miles 2, Lane 0, you're watching Lady Bear softball on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Back here in Hoover, Miles scores 2 in the third, leads 2-0 over Lane. Here on Senior Day, 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up for the Lady Dragons. Luster, Stout, and Hunter all due up. Luster struck out in the first. One of 6 strikeouts for Delaney Gray. Luster hits this one, pops it out to short, and Garcia brings it in for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. It'll bring up Stout. Stout fouled out to first in the first. Gray has thrown just 37 pitches, but 31 of them have gone for strikes. There's efficient, and then there's pretty darn good, and that's what Gray has been here this afternoon. This one is fouled back, but it's going to be out of play. Gray again has 6 strikeouts, looking for 7, but this time this ball is lifted out to right. It's going to fall foul. Stout, one of the top hitters here for Lane. 25 hits and 74 at-bats. OPS over 800. The 1-2. This one is fouled. Collier, though, is under it. She makes the grab for out number 2. It'll bring up Hunter. She's got the lone hit. For the Dragons here this afternoon, led off the second with a single, was stranded there. In on her hands, fouled it back for strike 1. And Hunter came in hitting .392 with an OPS at near 1,000. 4 homers, 21 driven in. Another one. approach on that one. She steps out a little bit, approach on that one. She steps out a little bit, actually even laughs at herself a bit. Like, what the heck was I doing there? A lot of times she gets out there and she shows bunt right away and will pull it back. Let's see if she does that again. More times than not, in fact, most of the time, Gray is not up there to bunt. That's just what she does to get her rhythm, to get into her stance and get ready to hit. That time she hits it in the hole. Hunter picks it up and fumbles it, and it's going to be an error. Third error of the game. Gets Gray on at first. There's going to be a runner. Ariel Moultrie is going to come in and be the courtesy runner for the Lady Bears. She comes in and really has one thing on her mind, and that's using her speed to get around the bases. 16 of 17 in stolen base op. Harris loops one out to left, and it's going to fall for a base hit. She's got 2 hits. Another flare out to left, and Patrick Barber out having a discussion with the umpire. Not quite exactly sure what the discussion is about. May have something to do with the setup a little bit. People sitting behind home plate maybe having a little something to say about what's coming or what's happening. Not quite sure, but we'll get back to play here. Runners on first and second. Gabriela Garcia. Single, drove in a run in the third. Chance to do more damage here. First pitch on the outside edge. Miles getting things going. Couple of 2-out hits has already brought home 1. Here in the fourth. Line drive to right for a base hit. Here comes the throw on Bejarano. She's going to score. Everybody moves up. On the throw, another RBI for Garcia. And it's 4-0. Ocadelli gives it a ride. Way back to left. That ball is out of here.
Hey, who said over the fence down there? Right here, all right, my man.
Trinity Ocadelli with a 3-run blast. And it's now 7-0 Lady Bears. All 5 of these runs have come in with 2 outs here in the fourth. That's home run number 4. RBI number 25, 26, and 27 for the junior first baseman. Here's Vasquez. Miles with the big 5 spot here in the 4th. Change up, fouled back. Count now 1-2. This is why Miles is going to be a tough out and a considerable threat in the SIAC tournament. There's a shot out to right, but it's going to be caught. 2 retired aside. Jones brings that one in, and that ends the threat there for the Lady Bears. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 big error. 1 big hit. Trinity Oakadeli's 3-run homer makes it 7-0 after 4 innings here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Back here at Jim Brown Field, Miles on top, 7-0. Partly thanks to the big first baseman, Trinity Okadeli. She just blasted one out to left, out to the Doc Hodges bullpen here at the home of the Hoover Bucks. She has big-time power in the middle of that lineup for the Lady Bears and just showed those muscles there. 7-0 your score. As we start the 5th, Delaney Gray re-enters and is back in the circle facing her current counterpart, Sarah Lopez. That first pitch is a ball. Miles with a chance to end this after 5. They can hold lane here and add one in the bottom of the frame. Gray had only thrown 7 total balls through the first 4 innings. Starts out with a 2-0 count. Finds her way back into the strike zone. Lopez fouls it back to even the count. Jada Bradford was a little excited, thought she had a play. That ball was way out of here, but has a little small collision there with the home plate umpire. No worse for wear for either of them. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for Gray. Carlin Kogert started this game, had 2 shutout innings, goes out over the left, and it was as if the bat got thrown over the fence. Because that's when Miles went to work. Gray misses inside. So D. Jackson is in here on the controls, and we had a good time telling stories yesterday. So the whole bat over the fence deal, D, is an interesting story just from my own perspective as that count goes to 3-0. When I was a little kid, we played baseball in the backyard, and there was a fence, and on the other side of the fence was a big dog. And so we didn't have that many balls, tennis balls, baseballs, whatever to play with. And so if it went over the fence, man, we were out of luck. Well, our last ball goes over the fence where the big dog is, and I was like, man, we've got to get this ball because, I still want to play. So I jump over the fence, and I take my bat with me. And that dog is there, and the dog is more than happy to stay away from me as long as I've got that bat. I threw the bat over the fence, and the dog came and tried to munch my whole leg off. The only luck I had was that the owners of the house were there, and they were able to call the dog off me. Otherwise, there was no way I was making it back over the fence. So when you throw the bat over the fence, that pretty much means that everything that was okay is pretty much out the window at that point. I don't know. It was just a big dog, and it was bigger than me, and I was completely I would have been mauled. That's just what it was, and I'm glad the owners were there. And next time I jump over the fence, the bat stays with me until I get over the fence with it. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. That one gets past Bradford, though. And Koger is going to make it to first on the wild pitch. Still the 8th strikeout for Gray. She had 10 in her last and in her last start against Kentucky State a little more than a week ago. Actually closer to 2 weeks ago. First pitch in there for a strike. Pitch down and in. Hawkins has been one of the fortunate ones. She has not been a strikeout victim. Swings and misses there, and now she's behind 0-2. Excuse me, 1-2. Pitch fouled back. Lane trying to hang in here, wanting to put some runs on the board. You don't want to make it easy for Miles because, again, at this point, if Lane doesn't score any, Miles is one big swing away from ending this game by run rule. Pitch outside, just missed. Gray has done a good job of dotting that outside edge, and Bradford has done just as good a job getting the frame going. Pitch fouled back. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 9. Savannah Jones pulls this one out of play for strike 1. Jones struck out in the 3rd. This one out to left. It's going to get down. Smoot's not going to be able to get it, and it bounces past her. Just the second hit. As Smoot misplays it out and left. Allows Coger to get to third. Jones is going to pull in the second. Let's see if Gray is able to bear down, and first pitch is in for a strike. Most of the time on these turf fields, you get pretty true hops, but that bounce went a little sideways. Smoot was unable to otherwise handle it. Umpire calls time as Jones stood on second and tied her shoe. That pitch misses, ball two. First real threat here for Lane. Gray ran that one in on Watkins' hands for strike two. The 2-2. Gray has a season high 11 strikeouts, which she got in her first start of the season against Talladega, against Kentucky State, and that came in 5 innings. The 11 strikeouts came in 5 innings. She also had a 9 strikeout affair against Fort Valley that went into extra innings. Pitch upstairs, and it's going to fill the count. Counts 3-2. And that's another one on the outside edge. Strikeout number 10. And Gray gets out of the trouble in the 5th. Lady Bears with a chance to end it here in the bottom half of the frame. It's 7-0 Miles as we go to break.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise.
Back here in Hoover, bottom of the 5th, Lady Bears on top 7-0. 6, 7, and 8 due up for Miles, Jada Bradford, Delaney Gray, and Trinity Collier. Miles needs 1 to end this ball game. Do have a baseball score update. Golden Bears dispatch Tuskegee. Bradford lines out the short for the first out. Bring up Gray. Gray singled last time. Miles won 15-5. Game ended in 7 innings due to the run rule. Good job by the Golden Bears. Bounce back, win their first series in nearly a month. Landon Whitehead, Zachary LeCastro, Antoine Jackson all had 2 runs batted in each for the Golden Bears. Gray down the line. That's a fair ball, and it's going to go into the corner. Gray is going to make the turn, and she's going to take off for second. She's in with her second hit of the ball game. A 1-out double down the line. Gray is going to stay out. Trinity Collier. Swing and a miss. Collier with the bunt, gets it down. Does her job. And now Miles. A hit, a wild pitch away from ending this ball game. Kyla Smoot with the chance to get the job done. She gets it down right to third. It's going to be thrown. Is she safe? She is. Infield single, but Gray did not move. Smoot shows the speed. Ball game. And put another win in the books for Miles. Swing and a miss. And that's going to get down in left field, and that's going to end the ball game. Bejarano with the single that gets it done. And this game is over. Run rule victory for the Lady Bears. Brings this contest to an end. Miles wins 8-0. And the run rule victory for the Lady Bears, who have finished with 8 runs, 14 hits, 1 error, 8-14-1. They leave 5 on base. 2 of those just happened there in the bottom of the 5th. For Lane, no runs, 2 hits, 3 errors. Left all 3 on base. Your winning pitcher is going to be Delaney Gray. Struck out 10 in 5 innings. She is now 8-4, 85 strikeouts, and 82 in the 3rd innings pitched. Your losing pitcher for Lane is going to be Sarah Lopez. She drops to 2-9. Lopez came in the 3rd, and that's when Miles was able to start putting the runs on the board. Lopez pitches 2 2/3 innings, gives up 10 hits, 8 runs, only 3 of them earned. As Miles is able to get the run rule victory. This game took a little more than an hour and 14 minutes to get to the end of this one. We want you to stay tuned. In just a moment, we will be honoring our seniors here for the Lady Bears, and we'll bring it all here to you on the Golden Bears Sport Network. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have that ceremony for you when we get back. Back here in Hoover, where Miles just finished laying off 8-0 in 5 innings. Run rule victory for the Lady Bears. Delaney Gray was the person in charge from the circle. Pitched 5 innings, only gave up 2 hits, no walks, and struck out 10. To pick up her 8th victory of the season as Miles improves to 20-21 overall, 11-6 in conference play. Small delay. We'll get to our Senior Day festivities here in a moment. Again, there are going to be 4 seniors that we honor this afternoon. All of them played a nice part in the ball game today, but the big bat for the Lady Bears was Trinity Okadeli. She had 2 hits in 3 at-bats, a double, and a big 3-run homer as part of a 5-run 4th inning that put this game out of reach for the Lady Bears. And again, these 2 teams will square up again tomorrow. Doubleheader back out at Bill Noble Park in Gardendale. First pitch scheduled for noon Central Time for the final 2 conference home games of the season for Miles. Miles will travel to Tuskegee next weekend, where they'll play on Saturday and Sunday, and then 2 more home games against the University of North Georgia, one of the strong teams in Division II. They will make their way to Gardendale in about 10 days, and that will close out the regular season before Miles prepares to participate in the SIAC tournament. Again, at 11-6 in conference play, it's going to be what Miles can do against Tuskegee to see if the Lady Bears can somehow find their way up the ladder. Right now, Miles looks to be entrenched in the number 3 hole in the Western Division, but with a chance to do a little more damage with Tuskegee and Lane, 5 games remaining, chance to move up and possibly get a bit of a higher seed. We're going to take a break one more time and see if we'll be ready to start our Senior Day recognitions here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Back here in Hoover, again, 8-0 was your final score, Miles, with the win over Lane, but it's time to begin our Senior Day recognitions. Fans, if you'll turn your attention towards the first base line as we begin to introduce our seniors. We have 4 players that are playing in their final campaigns with the Lady Bears, and we'd like to recognize them for their contributions to this program. Some have been here longer than others, but we appreciate each and every one of them for what they've done on the field and off to help continue grow this program, as well as be a big contributor to the Miles College community. Our first senior hails from Baytown, Texas, and wears number 12, Daisy Bejarano. Coming into today, Daisy was hitting .392 with a .444 on-base percentage and a .514 percentage. She had 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 16 runs driven in. She stole 8 bases and has scored 19 runs. Let's hear it for Daisy Bejarano. Our next senior, she hails from San Lorenzo, Puerto Rico, number 77, Gabriela Garcia. Gabby entered today, hitting .400 with a .444 on-base percentage and a .704 slugging percentage. She leads the SIAC with 17 doubles. She's 7th in home runs with 6. Her 28 RBI are 11th. She also has 19 runs scored as well as 2 stolen bases. She's also 9th in the SIAC in slugging, 11th in OPS. Let's hear it for Gabriela Garcia. Next, from Dothan, Alabama, wearing number 2, Andrea Harris. This season, Andrea is coming into today is hitting .315 with a .382 on-base percentage and a .351 slugging percentage. 2 doubles, a triple, 9 RBI. She scored 29 runs, which is in the top 15 in the SIAC. Her 32 stolen bases, currently tied for 2nd in the conference. In her career, she's a .266 hitter, 11 RBI. She's stolen 38 bases with 37 runs scored and more than 40 hits, and she plays an outstanding center field. Let's hear it for Andrea Harris. Our final senior hails from Montgomery, Alabama. She wears number 21. Let's hear it for Jada Bradford. This season coming in today, Jada's hitting .250 with a .300 on-base percentage and a .306 slugging percentage, 4 doubles, 12 RBI. She scored 10 times and has stolen 5 bases for her career. She's a .262 hitter with a .340 on-base percentage, 12 doubles, a triple, a home run, 37 runs driven in, 20 stolen bases, has scored 30 runs. She's set to play 100 games or more with the Lady Bears. As a sophomore, she hit .333 with a homer and 12 RBI. Let's hear it for Jada Bradford. Ladies and gentlemen, those are our 4 senior student athletes. Let's give one big round of applause for our senior Lady Bears. And there you have it, 4 seniors playing in their final home series for the Lady Bears. All of them had a big part in today's ball game. Bejarano and Garcia had hits, drove in runs, scored, as did Andrea Harris. Jada Bradford also did well for Miles as they win 8-0 today. Again, we're back tomorrow. Doubleheader begins. First pitch, 12 o'clock. We're playing out in Gardendale at Bill Noble Park. Miles looking to complete the sweep to get their conference win streak to 9 games in a row. So for D. Action Jackson and Action Unlimited Productions, I'm A.A. Moore. Thanks for joining us here on the Golden Bears Network. Again, your final score, Miles 8, Lane 0. We'll see you tomorrow.